Hey everybody, I'm doing a special Sunday video for my vlog today, talking about a great experience I had last night. First time I've ever played role-playing games online with a virtual tabletop in the whole 9 yards. But a little backstory, I'm a huge tabletop RPG player since I was 15. I absolutely adore the hobby. It's a great time. All the best friends I've ever had in my life, aside from my wife, I've met through gaming. The hobby means a great deal to me. I love it. So, in a effort to keep the game fresh, I discovered a rule set called Savage Worlds. It is very pulpy. It is fantastic, very elegant system. It melds well with any genre you want to play. In the process of discovering Savage Worlds and trying to learn more about the rules and everything else, I discovered a Savage Worlds GM hangout every Wednesday night. It's run by Jared Gunning, and I've started listening to these podcasts and watching them on YouTube, and they are absolutely fantastic. Just brilliant. To have 4 game masters talk about how they do their games, their expectations, their plans, and all those sorts of things, and how they run their tables without me getting in the way of talking, because you know how much I like to talk, has been such a benefit to me. It has not only increased my game knowledge, but it's also revitalized my love of the hobby when things were starting to kind of wane for me a little bit. So I'd highly recommend it. It's 5-star. It's on iTunes if you don't want to watch them on YouTube, but I can't recommend it highly enough. The Savage Worlds GM Hangouts. Every Wednesday night they live broadcast it. Usually ends up on iTunes a couple of days later. I wish it was a little faster. But if you run games, even if it's not Savage Worlds, if you play tabletop RPGs and you run games, you need to watch this podcast. You need to watch these because it's great information. And sometimes you're like, yeah, I already do that stuff. That's fine. But you have confirmation that you're doing it right. So I can't recommend it highly enough. Everybody that's on that podcast, Jeb and Dave and Scott W. and Chris, and there's a bunch of guys that are also on there too, but those seem to be the core. They all are very insightful. They all have lots of good information. I can't recommend that enough. And I'll tag the group in my comments as I put this video out. So let me get back to my playing experience last night. So in conjunction with, that's a big word, in conjunction with the podcast, they do a Savage Saturday Nights, which is a teaching game. They do a couple times a month where they bring in new folks. Jared Gunning or David Scott, they run a session for new guys. It's a one-shot. Last night was the first time I ever played online. And they couldn't have been cooler with me as a new person. Started out a little bit ahead of the recording time to make sure I was familiar with the virtual tabletop, that if I had rules questions, and everything else. And then once the game started, there's 4 of us, I believe. And it was this cool Futurama style, kind of sci-fi, adventure-y, cartoony thing. It was very cool. It was a lot of fun. We used Roll20, which was really easy, but you could really tell that a lot of prep time was put in by the GM, which was Jared Gunning. He put a lot of time into it. It was really great. If you are interested at all in learning about Savage Worlds, or if you play and you still kind of skiffy on the rules, man, get in on these Savage Saturday Nights. Get in on them. They're great. They're very patient. They're always taking the time to learn. You can watch previous Savage Saturday nights, and they got some wild, really cool stuff. They have ETU on there, which is like Buffy Goes to College, or the Scooby Gang Goes to College. They have ETU, and they have like werewolf, Sasquatch adventures. They got rednecks, mechs, and they have all sorts of wild stuff that he's doing. The games have been great. I can't recommend them enough. So if you're interested in virtual tabletop gaming or interested in Savage World, get in on it, man. Just get on. All you need is a webcam and a headset and a microphone. Internet. You need internet, which you probably already know because you wouldn't see this if you don't have the internet. So, but man, get in on it. It's fantastic. I appreciate the opportunity to get in it and really experience it. From everything I watched, I kind of had an idea that it would be pretty smooth, but I had so much fun, and I did learn a lot, and they were very cool and very accepting. So, like my videos and subscribe to my channel, because I'm shilling my own channel too, because I do personal vlogs, so you can look at those, whatever. But check them out. Tell your friends about Savage Saturday Nights and the weekly GM Hangout. As they say on the Wednesday night podcast, stay savage, yo. There's a peace sign. Hey, I'm new at this.